During the rise of mail-order catalogs by Montgomery Ward, a man named Richard Sears had an idea on how he could also capitalize on this growing trend. In 1893, Sears met with Alva Roebuck, and the two formed the business Sears and Roebuck Company.
Sears' plan was to use what Montgomery Ward was doing and improve upon it. Unlike Montgomery's simple and humble listing of products, Sears made a point to focus on advertising the products within the catalog, using lots of exaggerated claims and hyperbole. Advertising the products made the catalog more exciting and convinced the customers to buy the goods.
He knew that rural citizens recently started the trend of feeling inferior to city folk, and the Sears catalogs profited by also selling apparel that were typically reserved for Chicagoans. These strategies made people feel like their purchases were equalizing them with city dwellers.
Soon the Sears catalog expanded from 196 pages in 1893 to 786 pages in 1897. With the amount of pages added, they also added new things to the catalog, adding food, drugs, refrigerators, farm implements, books, and the famous Heidelberg belt, an electric man's corset that was guaranteed to cure impotency.
Sears' confidence resulted in huge profits for his business. Once the company gained the farmers' trust in mail order catalogs, farmers started to finally take advantage of Sears' low prices, meaning more profits for Sears. For example, his sewing machines were selling for $10.45, whereas others were selling them sewing machines for $50. Sears' huge profits resulted in the company building the Sears Merchandise Building Tower in 1906.
Before 1872, farmers in rural Illinois had the disadvantage of having a much smaller selection of quality goods than residents in Chicago. Due to this, when a farmer wanted to buy a product that wasn't offered in any of the local shops, he'd be forced to travel up to the city and buy it there, or buy it from a retailer who sold it them overpriced and lower quality. Obviously, this was a huge inconvenience, and farmers often went without goods Chicagoans could easily purchase. So in 1872, a year after the Chicago fire, a man by the name of Aaron Montgomery finally succeeded in his idea of distributing goods to rural towns by mail order after many false starts.
This would be done by sending out catalogs to the small towns, which contain lists of products normally reserved only for Chicagoans. People could then fill out the catalogs, mail it into the Montgomery Ward headquarters, and pick them up at a local train station a few weeks later. Most importantly, this method of distribution meant that the normal middlemen involved in the shipment and vending of goods were cut out, and the items could be sold at a much lower price. Although some towns were turned off by this idea at first, mail order catalogs inevitably dominated because of the convenience, low prices, and quality of shipments.